So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jimo, and I'm the cloud solution architect for Huawei Cloud in Nigeria. So today I'll be talking about how Huawei Cloud provides an enabling environment for fintech businesses in Nigeria and in Africa to thrive. So I usually like to start by asking a very popular question, and I usually ask the question like this. If you are to start a new business and your business requires just one floor for operations, would you rather go about buying a 5-story building when you need just one floor, or would you choose to just rent a 1-floor building and then grow capacity till you can buy the 5-story building? Anybody responding to this? So which would you rather go for? Buy a 5-story building and you know you're just starting, or just rent a ground floor and then grow capacity till you can acquire the 5-story building? Please, you are free to be you can be audible so that we can hear. I can hear you. So the second option, right? So this is what cloud is all about, right? So today I'll be talking about how Huawei Cloud enables fintech business to thrive in Nigeria and in Africa. All right, so these are the content. I have 10 minutes to go through this. All right, so I want to begin by saying that Huawei, we are into the cloud business. So I want this to sink in before I continue. We are into the cloud business. Many a times people get it confused. When they hear Huawei, they only think about we are into devices. We make mobile phones, right? When you hear Huawei, what comes to your mind? Oh, these guys are the company they have a very nice phone. You know, their phones are good and all of that. But we are into cloud as well. Please, I just want it to sink in before I continue. We are into cloud. Just like the big boys out there, the AWS of this world, the Azure and the GCP, Huawei is into cloud as well. And it interests you to know that we are the fastest growing cloud in the world. Now, this might come as a shocker to you, but we did a comparison and looked at the revenue growth, customer growth of all the cloud service providers in the world, and Huawei is currently head and shoulders high above all of them. Our customer and revenue growth is 200+%. That's far higher than what other cloud service providers out there have. We are top 3 in Africa. We are top 5 globally. And then in terms of our infrastructure deployment, we have regions around the world. We have regions in Europe. We have regions in the Middle East. We have regions in Africa. We have regions all around Latin America. We have regions in China. Then in Africa, as you can see on your screen here, we have a region in South Africa. And then the other green dots that you can see here, Nigeria, Egypt, and Kenya, these are regions in planning. And we are going to be one of the first cloud service providers to have a region in Nigeria coming very soon. Then on the right-hand side, these are some of the customers that we serve in the fintech industry. You have OPay there. Then we have M-Pesa, and then we have another company in South Africa, NCBA Bank. All right. Now, what are our achievements in the financial industry? We are key partners to 48 out of the top 100 banks. I'll take that again. We are key partners to 48 out of the top 100 banks, right? And then over 2.8 billion people use our one form of Huawei cloud service or the other around the world. Now, in the global market, I already mentioned that we are top 5. And in China, we are number 1 in terms of the financial cloud infrastructure. Now, in 2020, a bank in Singapore, the Digital Bank of Singapore, awarded us the most valued technological partner. And that was because we helped them to meet up with a particular compliance requirement that they needed at the time. Now, overall in the financial industry, we serve over 2,000 financial institutions across 60 countries. And you can see all the brands here. These are different banks and financial companies that you can see here. This is the First National Bank somewhere in Kenya. This is ABSA. This is M-Pesa, in Southern Africa, then you have DBS in Singapore, then you have Commerzbank in Germany, and all of these brands currently using Huawei Cloud services. All right. Now, as the world is moving into digitization, you have more and more companies are looking at how they can scale, right? More and more companies are looking at how best they can push their products out there into the market and then reach out to a large number of customers. Now, it becomes very difficult for you to begin to acquire all of the infrastructure that you would need to actually reach maximum scale. And this is why we come up with this model called everything as a service. So we do all the groundwork for you. We develop all the services that you need, and then we'll provide it to you as a service. And that was why I asked that initial question at the beginning. Would you rather buy a 5-story building or just rent a floor and then grow your capacity till you can buy up that building? So under as Huawei Cloud, our value proposition is everything as a service. We provide infrastructure as a service. Under this layer, we provide you with our compute, we provide you with our storage, we provide you with networking, we provide you with security infrastructure to enable you build on top, right? And then we also provide you with this infrastructure across all levels. So when you log into our platform, you are able to use any of our infrastructure from any of the regions that are available. So you can access the African region, you can access the region in Europe, you can access the region in Latin America. And then we have another model that we call technology as a service. Under technology as a service, we do all the groundwork. Like you currently know, if you check out companies that invest so much money in R&D, Huawei is number 2 in the world. And we have done all of those research to ensure that you don't go about reinventing the wheel again. So under this model, we'll provide you with our AI, IoT, our cloud-native solutions. Then we have the last one, which we call enterprise as a service. Under enterprise as a service, we'll provide you with industry standard software as a service and platform as a service. We partner with technological partners all around the world to provide you with products in terms of software as a service and platform as a service that are required for you to move to the next level. All right, so the fintech trends in Africa. Now, it is projected that by 2025, the revenue for fintech in Africa will reach 30 billion. And currently, about 10% of transactions in Africa are just digital, just 10%. So there's a capacity for this to grow and grow higher than this if fintech companies can actually leverage on innovative technologies like what Huawei Cloud is bringing to you this afternoon. Now, what are some of the challenges facing fintech in Africa currently? I'm looking at this time here, it's kind of going very fast, and that's why I'm trying to speed up. And I hope that this time can be adjusted because I think people are still just coming in, right? So I'll go ahead. What are the challenges facing fintech in Africa? Number one is reaching scale and profitability. I already did mention that. By the time you are trying to see how you can reach more and more customers out there, you begin to spend money, right? You begin to buy all the infrastructure you need. At the end of the day, that begins to compete with your profitability, if you agree with that. By the time you spend all the money trying to see, okay, how can I scale? How can I get out there? That begins to compete with your profitability. So at Huawei Cloud, what we do is that we provide you with a very cost-effective cloud platform that enables you to focus on your scaling while at the end of the day still remain very profitable. Now, if you take a look in comparison with other cloud service providers out there, Huawei Cloud is actually, I don't like using the word cheapest, but I'll use it here because at the end of the day, Huawei Cloud will save you a lot of money, and I'll explain why in a couple of slides. Also, another challenge again is navigating an uncertain environment. This could mean a fintech company just starting out and is unsure of what is out there waiting for them. Is unsure of how customers might adopt their products or their services. This could also mean a fintech company trying to move to cloud, and then they are worried about the security practices in the cloud. Huawei Cloud can be your strategic partner, and as well, and we have very robust security offerings on our platform, which we'll be saying in a couple, very shortly. So let's go quickly into the Huawei Cloud fintech solutions that we have. So the very first one is that we'll provide a fintech solution landscape for you. So how do we do this? And the first way we do that is by providing resource efficient cloud services for you. All right. So whether you are looking at optimizing or being efficient in terms of cost, or whether you are looking at being efficient in terms of performance, we have cloud services that can help you meet this requirement. We have services such as the Elastic Cloud Server, which provides you a virtual machine on cloud. We have what we call the CCE, which is the Cloud Container Engine on Huawei Cloud, where you can run your containers, supports Kubernetes and supports Docker. Then we also can able to provide you data intelligence. So you are a fintech company, and then you want to be able to grow. Our solutions can also provide you data intelligence. How this works is simple. We have our own proprietary database service, which we call the GhostDB. That's our data warehouse service there. This can serve as the base for storing your data. Then you can process your data. We have our model arts, which provides the AI capability for you to use those data to train those AI models on our platform. Then we also provide an agile environment for you. This is talking about DevOps, right? So you quickly want to scale, you quickly want to roll out products as soon as possible. You're looking at your time to market. We have services on our platform, such as the service stage, Huawei Cloud Service Stage. This can automate your continuous integration and your continuous deployment and delivery in terms of DevOps for you. So at the end of the day, we also have this security compliance feature here that can help you remain security compliant while on our cloud platform. Now, also, Huawei Cloud provides full-stack cloud-native solutions powered by an architecture that we call the Kintian architecture. Essentially, what the Kintian architecture does is that it helps you save cost. So, at the beginning, I did mention that when you compare the cost saving on Huawei Cloud, and you look at what other cloud service providers provide you, Huawei Cloud will save you a lot of cost. And the reason for this is because we build our own chips. We build our own infrastructure. And if you look at what other cloud service providers bring to you, right, those guys leverage on third-party infrastructure or chip makers at the end of the day, and that makes their total cost to go high. So the reason why we are able to reduce cost for you at the end of the day is because we leverage on an architecture that we call the Kintian architecture. So it unifies our hardware and our software platform in one piece and offers you a unified experience while on our platform. All right. So for the cloud native solution, we have two approaches to this. We have the container infrastructure layer. This provides you with services such as the cloud container engine that helps you to run your container workloads. We also have another service called, under the container layer, we also have another service called the software repository for container, where you can store your container instances. Then we have the second layer, which we call the application layer. The application layer helps you to manage microservices. So you're looking at deploying, you're looking at going cloud native entirely, right? Deploying containers, deploying your application as microservices. The second layer, which is the application layer, provides you with application sensing capabilities. We have services such as the application operation management. We have services such as application service mesh. All these services work together to ensure that all your approach towards cloud in terms of microservices are well met and catered for on our cloud platform. All right, now, we have databases as well. So if you are looking at choosing a database on our cloud platform, you can choose the traditional relational database on our platform. We have support for SQL database. We have support for NoSQL database as well. Then we have our own proprietary database solution, which we call GhostDB. We have GhostDB for MySQL. We have GhostDB for Postgres. We have GhostDB for NoSQL or NoSQL, depending on how you pronounce it. Now, what our GhostDB in terms of capabilities bring to you at the end of the day, it brings you 7 times performance. So if you look at the traditional MySQL, for example, that can do, say, 150,000 queries per second. Now, multiply that by 7. That's what we are bringing to you, right? And in terms of scaling a single instance of MySQL, for example, traditional MySQL can go at least, let's say, about 2 terabytes. Our own can achieve a scale of up to 128 terabytes. So this is what our own proprietary GhostDB can bring to your business at the end of the day. And then, if you're looking at migrating from on-prem to Huawei Cloud, we have tools that can facilitate this. We have what we call the data replication service. It provides a real-time replication experience and migration experience without having no downtime. So your database service can still be running while it is being migrated to cloud. And while on the cloud platform, we also provide you tools for management. We call it DAS. That's the data admin service there. That helps you to manage your data on cloud. Still loads. All right, quickly, the last of the value proposition I'm bringing, this is not the last slide anyway, but the last of the value proposition is about our data lake services. So you are looking at a place where you can get to dump your data, right? And generate meaningful insight from your data when required. We have a service for this. Now, this service comes in different layers, starting from your data injection to your data storage, to your data processing, to your data analytics, down to your data governance. We have tools that can help you manage each of these layers. From the data ingestion aspect, we have a tool called CDM. So this helps you to migrate your data down to the cloud. We have another tool called OBS. OBS is the storage tool. This provides a storage platform for your data to reside in. And in the computing layer, you can do what we call interactive analysis, offline analysis, real-time analysis on your data. And we have tools according to that level. And all of these tools are very cost-effective on our cloud platform. So let me quickly take this. Now, this is very important in terms of security. When my vice president was talking during the panel, he did mention about security compliance. And if you look at all of this slide here, we have obtained all of these certifications. So in the area of security compliance, you can see all the ISOs here. In the area of privacy compliance, you can see all of the ISOs that we have here. In the area of financial compliance, you can see the PCI DSS and the PCI 3DS there. And then the NDPR, we also obtained compliance with the NDPR as well. And then all of this certification, over 100 plus on our cloud platform. And what this means is that if you are moving to Huawei Cloud, you can as well remain compliant because we are already compliant with each of these cloud security protocols as well. All right, quickly. Now, this is a reference security architecture on our cloud platform. So I want you to quickly take your time, maybe in a minute or two, and just take a look at this. We provide you what we call advanced DDoS to help you mitigate against DDoS attacks. We provide what we call the web application firewall. We have the cloud firewall. We have the cloud bastion host. We have what we call the host security service. We have what we call the data encryption workshop. We have security services for database. We have what we call the VPC. That's a virtual private cloud that isolates your own cloud resources from other tenants. Then we have, under the security management, we have a whole lot: security, situation awareness, vulnerability scan service, Cloud Eye, and a whole lot of them. So all of these cloud services can be provisioned and be bought on our platform to further ensure your security on the cloud. All right, quickly. Now, I want to quickly talk about this. We are encouraging you to partner with us. We want to become your strategic partner. I already talked about that. And there are reasons, there are extra values that we bring to you when you become our ecosystem partner. Now, the first one is go to cloud. We have two models of this. We have what we call the Go Cloud, and we have what we call the Grow Cloud. So we have the Go Cloud, and we have the Grow Cloud, right? The Go Cloud focuses on helping you to move to cloud. So we provide you with all the tools that you need, all the supports, the discounts, the coupon, and the certifications that will help you move to cloud. Then we have the Grow Cloud. It will interest you to know that under our Grow Cloud program, we help partners, how do I put it very easily? We help remarket your products to all of our customers. So imagine that you are trying to penetrate a market, and Huawei Cloud has already reached that market. By the time we talk about our cloud services to those customers, we bring in your products as well and also showcase that to the customer. That's an amazing feature to have. So that is why we are looking at how you can be a partner, how we can be partners together with you. We already have partners in this regard that will market their product. For example, you look at our U-Learning solution. Our U-Learning solution is an online education solution. It is coming from a partner, and we are also promoting that solution to all of our customers when we get to talk about our cloud platform. And these are the benefits that you can get from becoming partners. Just two slides, please. Becoming partners with Huawei Cloud. All right, quickly, just two slides before I round up. Now, I want to talk about the customer references. Right, customer references. You might be wondering, where have we done this before? So just two slides and I'm out here. All right, so the very first one is the Greenlink Bank. So the Greenlink Bank of Singapore was one of the first, the Greenlink Bank of Singapore was one of the first 4 banks to obtain a digital license in Singapore, right? And because they did obtain that license, they were looking at how to scale quickly, how they could quickly reach out to customers. So what they did was that they moved all of their workload to Huawei Cloud. And at the end of the day, they were able to remain 100% compliant with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. And in fact, at the end of the day, we were able to win an award with them in that regard. So that's one example. Another example is Murong. Another company that we helped in the fintech industry is Murong. Murong was able to move their software as a service fintech solution to Huawei Cloud. So we provided them with cloud-native infrastructure and services on cloud. So we work together. Essentially, we work together with them. So Murong provides mobile money payment system. So they also became part of our ecosystem partners, and they were part of our Grow Cloud program. So what that did for them was that whenever we went out to talk to our own customers, we also brought in their product as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.